What's going on, guys? azneyeswhitedragon here. So this is a deck profile for TG agents. So if you don't have tour guides, this is kind of an alternative. I would honestly prefer tour guide agents over anything else, but maybe if you guys don't have tour guides, you got the TG engine that works quite well. So let's get on with the deck profile, and I'll go over some of the simple plays in it. So we got 3 Shine Ball. 3 Shine Ball works very well in TG agents because going for double Gotchi first turn is pretty dirty. You have a really strong Venus, 24 attack, and then you still have those Gotchis that are in defense mode. So you get the normal 22 plus another 400. So you have two 2600 defenders, and you guys know how Gotchi likes to stay on the field forever. So pretty darn good. And then we got 2 Christia, just because Christia and Fairy decks works pretty well. And then we got Blackluster and Envoy. Your targets are basically Gores, and then your you have your TG Werewolf, so he's pretty good. And then we've got 3 Effect Veilers. Now you can opt to play Herald of Orange Light, although I don't really like Herald of Orange Light as much because you end up going 2-. You can maybe do double Veiler, maybe a Max C. I took out the Max Cs and I preferred the Veilers because with Dark Worlds, Max C isn't gonna do much. You can just kind of 1-for-1 it, but yeah, against plants, Max C is definitely very good. Or Agent Mirror Match, but I feel like if you just negate their effects, it hurts them a lot more, rather than letting them go off with the play anyways. And so that's why I opted for Veiler. And the next up, we got Birdman. Birdman pretty good. When you get Venus, you special summon all those Shine Balls. You return a Shine Ball to your hand, then you could just special summon Birdman, and then special summon your Shine Ball again anyways. And then you go for Trish. You can go for number 17. You can go for Levier, and then maybe get back something that you need, maybe a TG card, or pretty much whatever you need. Pretty darn good. If I had the room, I'd like to play double Birdman, but I ended up taking 1 Lance just because I liked it, because if you get your Christia bottomless or deep prison, it is not very fun. And plus, if you get out Christia and then you set a Forbidden Lance, pretty much a lot of decks outs are going to be Dark Hole. And if you chain the Lance, then they lose their outs, and they're kind of in a bad situation. Then next up, we've got the Gores, just because there's only 1 trap, and it's always going to be, you're not going to really set Dust Shoot when it's not going to be live, unless you have some idea that maybe your opponent's going to activate Pot of Avarice to draw into the other cards. But pretty good Gores, plus the token's also light, so you can Honest with it, which is our next card. Honest, pretty good. And then we got the Master Hyperions, pretty darn good, just removing those other cards, and then maybe getting those perfect numbers for fairies, so you can get out Christia. Plus Hyperion's just pretty good overall. And then we got the Sangan. You could pretty much opt to take this out, but I feel like if you Sangan to search for like a Veiler, or like Birdman, or any of the TGs, it just kind of helps cycle through the deck. Plus it's another dark, so if you draw Lester early on, pretty darn good. And then we got the double TG Striker and Werewolf, and Werewolf is pretty darn good, because if you need to push, sometimes if you want to get out a Wonder Magician or get out a Catastor and Mirror Match, you can just special, and then you still haven't used your normal summon, so if they Warning when you go for Catastor, then you can just bring out maybe a Hyperion and then get over something that you can't get over. But if Kirsty's on the field, then obviously you won't be able to do plays like that, but pretty darn good. Just baits out the warnings pretty much if you're playing against another fairy deck and you go for Catastor, because Catastor ruins fairies completely. Then we got 3 Venus, 3 Earth. Pretty much after you've won Venus and you've activated its effect, the other ones are pretty much dead, minus the fact that they are 1600 attackers. That's pretty much the main reason, though. I want to get the Venus out as soon as possible, and the triple Earth also helps out with that. And then when we got the Dark Hole, then Forbidden Lance, like I said, it's just really good against a deep prison. It works against bottomlesses, because bottomless is seeing a little bit more play. Plus I just kind of like it. It stops the Dark Hole and keeps your Kirsty alive, and that's what I wanted to do. And then we got the Heavy Storm Mind Control, because all these Earths are tuners, and Effect Veiler's also tuner, and TG Striker's tuner, so you have enough targets to make Mind Control relatively live. And then plus taking someone's Blackluster Soldier and then just removing it, and you could just remove itself because it's just 1 monster on the field, so it's just kind of like a 1-for-1 on Blackluster, which helps out a lot. And then we got the Monster Reborn, and then we got the triple MS2, just because we don't want to deal with back row, and we kind of want to just push, because we have a lot of summonable monsters that are very strong, and if they're warning 1, usually you can get on another one, especially if you're destroying their back row. Pretty darn good. And then we got the triple Pot of Duality just to maybe get out Earth, or maybe you need to set up your combo pieces. You have some combo going on next turn. And then double Smashing Ground, just because Grafna is just really good. And when they have the field spell out, it kind of hurts. Even though they can get Grafna out again, if you just get out the Christia, because Christia's 28 attack, and then maybe you don't have Honest in the Grave, and they have that field spell up, so like that 3000 Grapha is just too strong, and then you could just get rid of it, and then if you summon that Christia, no more dealing with that Grapha. And so I really like this also against Mirror Match when your opponent has out Christia, because Christia is more defense than Hyperion, which actually helps out a lot, because you can just smash in the Christia and then summon your Christia, run over their Hyperion, and then they're kind of in a bad situation. So it's just really good for Mirror Match. And then if your opponent goes for Catastor, it's just another out. It just works well. And then next, and the last card, Trap Does Shoot. I just like it. It's good. It's pretty nice, because if your opponent activates Dark World Lightning and you chain it, you just send one card back to the deck, and they don't get to activate their effect, which is really nice. As you guys can tell, I really don't like Dark Worlds, because it's kind of like the new 6Ms. Pretty darn good, and you can opponent just go Dark World Lightning, okay, destroy everything. Okay, discard Snow, okay, search Grapha, and just all the shenanigans in Dark Worlds. And then for extra deck, we got the Catastor, we got the Ancient Sacred Wyvern. You can maybe do those OTKs. We got the Black Rose, Bryos, Scrap, Stardust, and then the one Wonder Magician, which is just kind of nice to go for if you need it. Plus it's a light, so you can just go for it. Maybe if they only have one back row and you're not really worried about it and you just want to get rid of it. Pretty darn good. And then obviously Honest works well with it. And then we got a Trish, and then an Orient Dragon. Orient Dragon is so good when your opponent goes for Trishula, and then next turn you go Orient Dragon. It's pretty nice, because Trishula is kind of really strong. And then for XYCs, we got the double Gachi Gachi, the Leviair. Leviair I get out so much, especially if my Venus gets bottomless, and then like later on I can get it back by getting out Leviair and then activating its effect again. Although I don't run Pot of Avarice, so like once I use my Shine Balls, are kind of over. And then we got Leviair. And number 17, pretty good. I go for this card once in a while with like Birdman and Venus, just to get the extra damage in to finish the game. And then Utopia, another pretty good card, just kind of extra room, so I kind of threw it in there. And then Roach, although you can't really protect Roach, if you get out Roach in Mirror Match, it's just really good, because pretty much they're going to be summoning Hyperion and Christia, and there's nothing really else that can get over it without really special summoning. Like, yes, they can go Venus, get out the Shine Balls, but if they haven't, if they've already used that play, then pretty much their outs are, going to be like Dark Hole, because they can't really deal with a Roach, because you get a plus off Roach, because he gets to just detach 2 cards, and then, obviously you just get rid of Christia, and then you get rid of a Hyperion, and then maybe they summon another Hyperion. But this is my deck profile. Let me know what you guys think of it. If there's any suggestions, go ahead and throw them in the comment section below. But thanks for watching, guys. Asian Eyes White Dragon, signing out.